Hello friends, welcome to all. I am Vishal Jogidas. Our today's topic is ionization process and breakdown in electronegative gases. And this topic is covered in the subject of high voltage engineering. Introduction. The most commonly gases are nitrogen, carbon dioxide, freon, and sulfur hexafluoride. Various phenomena occur in gaseous dielectric when a voltage is applied. It means whenever we are applying the voltage in gaseous dielectric, there are so many processes are there. When the applied voltage is low, small currents flow between the electrodes and the insulation retains its electrical properties. If the applied voltage are large, the current flowing through the insulation increases very sharply and an electrical breakdown occurs. The electrical discharges in gases are of two types. One is non-sustaining discharges and second one is self-sustaining discharge. The breakdown in gas called spark breakdown is the transition of a non-sustaining discharge into a self-sustaining discharge. The buildup of high currents in a breakdown is due to the process known as ionization, in which electrons and ions are created from neutral atoms or molecules, and their migration to the anode and cathode respectively leads to the high currents. So this is the process of ionization. The various physical conditions of gases, namely pressure, temperature, electrode field configuration, nature of electrode surfaces, and the availability of initial conducting particles are known to govern the ionization processes. It means ionization process depends on all these parameters and it should be known for the ionization processes. When a high voltage is applied between the two electrodes immersed in a gaseous medium, the gas becomes a conductor and an electrical breakdown occurs. Whenever we are giving a very high voltage, at that time the gaseous medium becomes conductor and an electrical breakdown will be there. The processes that are primarily responsible for the breakdown of a gas are ionization by collision, then photoionization, and the secondary ionization processes. In insulating gases, also called electron attaching gases, the process of attachment also plays an important role. Now, ionization by collision. Ionization, the process of liberating an electron from a gas molecule with the simultaneous production of a positive ion. This is known as ionization. In the process of ionization by collision, a free electron collides with a neutral gas molecule and give rise to new electron and a positive ion. It means one free electron collides with neutral gas molecule and it will give electron and positive ion. When electric field E is applied across two plane parallel electrodes as shown in figure, this one is the electrodes, this one and this one is 2. So these two are parallel electrodes. and small d is the distance between these two electrode. And left electrode is known as cathode, right hand side electrode is anode. And we know that cathode will be always negative and anode will be always positive. Here is the current limiting resistor is placed. This A is the ammeter for measuring current, and adjustable high voltage source. It means we can adjust the high voltage as per our requirements. So what is the process? Electrons from the cathode side will travel to the anode side during this process. Any electron starting at the cathode will be accelerated more and more between collisions with other gas molecules during its travel towards the anode. It means during the travel of electrons from cathode to anode, more electrons will be collisions and more positive ions will be generated. Now breakdown in electronegative gases. The process that give high breakdown strength to a gas is the electron attachment. Free electrons get attached to a neutral atoms or molecules to form negative ions. Free electrons will get attached to a neutral atom or molecules to form negative ions. Electron attachment represents an effective way of removing electrons which otherwise would have led to current growth and breakdown at low voltage. The gases in which attachment plays an active role are called electronegative gases. It means in this type of gases the attachment plays very important role. The most common attachment processes are given here. SF6 plus electron is given to SF6 minus, and second process is SF6 plus electron is given to SF5 minus plus F. So this one is the ion. So these two processes will be there, and these two processes are common. The gases that are attachment process occur. The gases that the attachment processes occur are SF6. It means sulfur hexafluoride. O2. It means oxygen. Freon. CO2. It means carbon dioxide, and fluorocarbon. So these are the examples of gases where attachment will be there. So these are the electronegative gases. The negative ions formed are relatively heavier as compared to free electrons, and therefore under a given electric field the ions do not attain sufficient energy to lead cumulative ionization in the gas. Thus, these processes represent an effective way of removing electrons from the space which otherwise would have contributed to form electron avalanche. So this is the process of electronegative gases. Now streamer theory of breakdown in gases. Townsend mechanism when applied to breakdown at atmospheric pressure was found to have certain drawbacks. We have already seen Townsend's breakdown mechanism, but Townsend's mechanism have some drawbacks. Now we will see different drawbacks. First one is current growth occurs as a result of ionization process only, but in practice breakdown voltages were found to depend on the gas pressure and the geometry of the gap. In a Townsend's criteria, there is ionization process only explains, but the gas pressure and geometry of gap is also plays some role in the process. So this is the limitation or drawback. Now second one is in mechanism, the mechanism predicts time lags of the order of 10 raised to minus 5 seconds, while in actual practice breakdown was observed to occur at very short times of the order of 10 raised to minus 8 second. So this is also not a match. So this is the error introduced in Townsend's mechanism. Another disadvantage is Townsend mechanism predicts a very diffused form of discharge, but in actual practice discharges were found to be filamentary and irregular. It means the discharge is not uniform. It may be filamentary and irregular. So this is not explained by Townsend. Townsend mechanism failed to explain all these observed phenomena, and as a result, around 1940, Rether, Meek, and Loeb independently proposed the streamer theory. The streamer theories predict the development of a spark discharge directly from a single avalanche in which the space charge developed by the avalanche itself is said to transform the avalanche into a plasma streamer. Here figure is given field distortion in a gap due to space charge. So here we can see positive charge, negative charge. Here is the E. Here is the gap distance D. A single electron starting at the cathode by ionization builds up an avalanche that crosses the gap. Electrons in the avalanche move very fast compared with the positive ions. This enhances the field, and the secondary avalanches are formed due to photoionization in the space charge region. This occurs first near the anode. When the space charge is maximum. This results in a further increase in the space charge. It means it will start near the anode and then it will expand more. The process is very fast and the positive space charge extends to the cathode very rapidly, resulting in the formation of streamer. So this process is very fast and positive space charge extends to the cathode very rapidly, resulting in the formation of streamer. As soon as the streamer tip approaches the cathode, a cathode spot is formed and a stream of electrons rush from the cathode to neutralize the positive space charge in the streamer. The result is a spark and breakdown has occurred. So this is the process of streamer. It will start from anode near to anode and then it will travel to cathode and finally breakdown will occur. Thank you.